welcome back to Orpheus Ascending. I should not be recording this right now. I should be recording the other series. In fact, I shouldn't be recording at all. I should be editing, but that's the problem. I haven't edited the first DLC video in this yet, but I know I said I'm gonna start over and call it Orpheus Ascending Episode 1. But now after the last episode, I'm kinda having doubts about that, so I feel like I kinda have to get 2 more episodes in now to confirm my suspicion that, I think I thought these DLCs would be a little more extensive than they are. I mean, there's still a decent amount here, you know, if there's 3, if all 3 are similarly sized DLCs, it's a little bit more than one hub, like East 1, East 2, that kind of thing, but definitely not as much as, the entirety of one cardinal direction in one go. So it seems more like it's, I don't know, maybe a third of the full game or something. So, I kind of expected each one of these to be, a 40-episode series or something like that, and that would have made more sense to start over and say episode 1 and 2, but yeah, it kind of seems like, other than levels maybe being way too hard, we'll see, it's probably going to slow down a lot. That's why I'm recording now. We might not be here for that long, considering, and at which point it might just be better to slap it onto the end of the series anyway and keep that count going. So, yeah, let's keep playing a little bit. Let's see how it goes. I did do this level, yeah, Vastness. You don't have a compass in this? I guess that makes sense. But this is number 4, yeah? I didn't even notice that. I did kind of want to jump around here a little bit more, but I might wait with that, I think. So yeah, let's see what we can do. And I guess, yeah, we're just moving on to the next, hub in this area. Next, section of 4, yeah? Yeah, so we're gonna do something here. Ah, I see. Okay, so I mean, this looks like it's gonna be some... Either this is just for show, or this is the ultimate puzzle or something like that. Because yeah, there's some stuff floating around there. And yeah, the golden gate. So I'm not sure if we'll have a bunch of stuff up above, or if it's just one puzzle. Because it doesn't look like you can, jump across here. Might have to fly around a bit. But yeah, so I guess after you do all the 10... Wait, all the 10? The 12? The 16, oh my god. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's definitely more than, one area. For some reason, I thought it was, 10 levels. I don't know why, but yeah, it's 16. We already counted the top left. So yeah, that's definitely more than one hub. Kind of the same amount as, 2 hubs, maybe? Something like that. But yeah. We haven't gotten there as well, but for now, let's just ignore that and go up here, I suppose. That's a weird sound. It's scary. Seems like something's gonna fall, but then it's just a sound. And, of course, we have to start doing this. So this is where the plus, 30 episodes in the series will come from. Let me be on your ears, please. Oh, wait. Yeah. Why is it so slippery? Looks like they've kind of tried to make sure you can't jump up here. Sometimes it feels like you find a spot that they probably didn't even account for. But this seems like they knew this would be possible to, yeah, to jump on, so they're like, okay, smear Vaseline on it. And yeah, from here as well. There's the indie cap again, or indie hat. Huh, looks kind of scary. Nothing else here. Alright, this little oasis section. Yeah, alright. I mean, let's get into a puzzle. Though there might be more stuff here. let's do that after, I suppose. Have a bit of a look around. Let's see how these go. Chain. This instantly just reminded me of the Stanley Parable, the, like, baby ending. Keeping the baby alive with one button constantly for, like, 4 hours or whatever it was. Something ridiculous. Yeah, there it is. There's, like, stuff behind here. So, I see. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Well, that's a cool screenshot. There you go. That's probably a thumbnail, if I were to guess. So there's, like, tons of gates. I see. Yeah. But, like, how would I stop these? Because I can't, like... Whoa, what? Huh? Wait, what? Why does that happen? What? Wait, I don't understand. What? That's also very, very loud. Why? What in the world? Why does it work this way? Huh? What was this called? Chain. Yeah, it's a chain alright, but... why the hell does it, like, go 3 extra steps before it actually, like, collides? How does it, like, choose that? I cannot wrap my head around why this works the way it does. This doesn't seem to make any sense to me. Like, okay, that's the puzzle done, but the logic of this just feels completely ridiculous. Like,
looking back,
okay.
It's embarrassing how solipsistic I became. I really thought that I could construct my identity without any reference to the outside world. Like I could just will myself into existence. But it just didn't work. And it made me miserable. Everything felt hollow and meaningless, overshadowed by the idea of death. There was something I wasn't seeing, something I needed, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah, I really don't get why. Like, all of these obviously are chained up. All of these, like, in-between connectors. And all of them are also chained up to their corresponding, like, what do you call that? What do you call it? This is a transmitter? This is a connector? That's a what? Like receiver? I don't know. But why on earth would putting it there make it like magically go 3 extra steps and not just like break the chain right here? Why doesn't connecting to this one just break the chain right there and like work? Why does that go 2 extra steps, or like 1.5, and then creates a conflict here? If I do this one, it goes 2.5 and creates a conflict here. If I do this one, it also goes 2 and then creates a conflict, but now the conflict is no longer in between here, it's on top of this one. This genuinely just seems like complete, utter arbitrary nonsense. There does not seem to be any logic to why this works the way it does. I don't get what they're trying to, like, teach you about the laser, like, priority or whatever with this. Like, it would have made some sense if it was some weird thing where, like, oh, because there's 5 of these here, if you connect to, like, the 5th one here, or, like, the 6th one, so that it has, like, a chain of 5 next to it or something, then it would, like, even out, and they would be evenly strong or something? Yeah. I genuinely don't understand what you could get out of this other than just trial and error and find the right spot that just works randomly. That's so fucking weird. Yeah, that's once again just more laser mechanics that just do not make any fucking sense. And I'm kind of scared if that's just gonna get like more and more crazy. I don't think I've done this one. Something has gone wrong. We are fragmented. This is incorrect. Uriel 4. Hold on. Nope, this is not incorrect. That is actually correct. Yeah. Yeah, like, I just can't wrap my head around any possible way that would make sense as, like, why it would behave that way. Critical error, yeah. Everyday Sublime, Confessions, and Pickering Manuscript. Okay, let's do some reading. The Everyday Sublime by A.D. Markham. Love must matter to the philosopher because it is at its core the one undisputed presence of the sublime in our lives. Even when it's failed love, unrequited love, or entirely imagined love, it is like a vast monolith towering over us, humbling, uplifting, frightening. Those who deny its presence can be safely disregarded as fools. They know it is there. They are simply afraid. Are we gonna tie this into God again? But equally, the philosopher must consider that in the great matters of history, love matters not one jot. The Nazarene commanded his followers to love their enemies, but they did not, and wrote 1,000 books of excuses for this failure. Therein is revealed the purpose of the human struggle. Okay, yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I thought it was gonna be like, no one can deny love, and it's frightening and uplifting, and the presence, like, you're a fool if you deny its presence. Just like God! Which was kind of what we read before, but no, this actually, like, makes more sense, in my opinion. Yeah. Confessions. To me, the idea that my soul, my essence by Penelope Heliopoulo, I have no idea, my essence could fall in love with another being and then maintain that love unblemished for eternity seems utterly impossible. My experience of love has been catastrophe, embarrassment, and disappointment. But this is precisely why I refuse to surrender, why I choose to believe against all precedent that I will find the one for me, and that our love will last forever. You can laugh at this absurd and contradictory belief, but it will not waver. Faith is not a matter of the past, of miracles witnessed and saints observed, but of the future that ought to be written. Yeah, this one just brought it into faith, but who knows if they actually mean like religious faith or just faith in love in that sense. Pickering by William Blake. Seek love in the pity of others' woe. Shouldn't that be like others apostrophe, like others' woe? Or otherwise I'm not sure entirely what that means. In the gentle relief of another's care. Yeah, there's just like no apostrophes, I guess, and no punctuation. So maybe it's just like incorrect in this like format or whatever. In the darkness of night and the winter's snow, in the naked and outcast seek love there. Okay, yeah, that's very weird and poorly, like... Man, this William Blake guy doesn't know any grammar, huh? But yeah, okay. Those all, like, had a very similar, like, theme. I guess that's gonna be a theme with these, terminals. Gotta check for codes on the walls and stuff. Yeah, there could be something, like, hidden on the ground, like something small somewhere. Not sure how much I want to, like, comb the ground for minor things, if there even is anything. Here we go. I wish to see more of the world's beauty, but there is something limited about this place. It is not enough. Yeah, they should have made the DLC 3 times bigger. This one also checks out. It would be fun if one of them didn't. but I'm not sure they're gonna pull that again. We already had that in Talos 1. Doesn't seem like we can get up here. Wait. No. Seems like I just slip off here. Yeah, and more Vaseline right here. Yeah, everything is like super slippery. You gotta find those like less obvious places to jump up. And yeah, here's just this part again with the whatever vault. I'm not sure what kind of Easter egg this is, other than possibly Fallout or something. I guess we'll see once we check the guide for Easter eggs. But yeah, okay, let's try and do one more. Does feel like something should be here somewhere. Yeah, that's 8, 7, and 6 is the one we want to do. Equilibrium. Yeah, I mean, that's what I need to figure out, I guess. Why sometimes the lasers, like, enter equilibrium in that sense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. What the hell? How does this make sense? Like, what? The blue laser is just, like, stronger for some reason? Is that a thing? Has that always been a thing? That just, like, arbitrarily, blue lasers are just stronger. Why do we have these, then? Oh, because we need, like, additional... I see, yeah. I think I get it. So, like, if I hook this up, and then I hook this up, this one goes through 3 connectors, this one goes through 3. Yeah. So, I mean, that seems logical. So then we just, like, add one more connector here. And then we set this up here. What? Yeah, that is weird. So now it went from here to here instead. So if I add one more, then it's gonna be in between here? But why? But why, though? But why, though? I don't get it, but, like... Sure, now it's consistent, but I don't understand why, other than they have just arbitrarily decided that this is how it should be. And yeah, it would be the opposite, like... No, wait. This goes through 4 connectors. Yeah. Yeah, no, this makes perfect sense. Yeah, this one makes sense. It is equilibrium. There are 4 connector points on the red side, and there's only 2 on the blue, so you have to add 2 more to the blue side. That makes perfect sense. But if I go back to the previous one, I'm pretty sure that doesn't make sense, does it? Does that make sense? Oh, maybe that... Okay.
Everything changed when we started spending more time with each other.
That might make sense.
Do you remember that night when we found the old library in the Dead City? It was just after the Stampede, and we were all a bit shaken up. Byron read to us from one of the books, and later, you and I started arguing about one of the poems.
That, I think.
And your perspective was so different and interesting and...
Incorrect.
I just kept wanting to hear more.
Wow, that's a rare mindset. Usually it would be, your perspective is not like mine, and I don't like that, and it's wrong, and you're stupid for having thought that. What is wrong with you? Okay, I think I actually finally understand it. Man, I feel like this one should have been before this one, personally. Because that makes, like, way more sense. This one just, like, made that click way more. So, I mean, did it, though? Yeah, because I was only thinking of this part, not this being an additional connector. I definitely think these should have been flipped, personally. I think this one explains that mechanic way more, and then the trick in this one would be realizing that from here, this adds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it breaks because here it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they collide because they have equal power. This makes perfect sense now. That's satisfying now, but doing this first was just nonsense. Like, because I didn't realize this counted as, like, a part of the strength that the lasers do have, like, diminishing strength over time or something. That just did not make any sense. So, yeah, very strange to not have this level first, where it's, like, super clear and spelled out as a tutorial. But, I mean, maybe this is what they wanted. Maybe this is exactly what they wanted, that you go in here and you're like, I don't understand why this works the way it does. This doesn't add up in any way. And then you do this one and it clicks. Maybe I played right into their hands. I don't know. But okay. I'm not sure if I should leave it off there or if we should do one more. Kind of feel like I want to leave it off and then hopefully we'll do the next two next time. Yeah, I already saw that. And I mean, in that case, I can't... I was gonna say, like, oh, we'll do 2 puzzles per episode, and then after next time, we'll move on to 9 and 10, and so on, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna really maintain. But man, I still don't know what I want to do with the numbering of this. I'm probably leaning towards, I'm just gonna, like, keep adding to the number, and then just tack on, like, Orpheus Ascending at the end, and so on for the DLCs, because, like, assuming it keeps going at this pace, then it would just be 8 episodes to do all the levels, and then a couple more for Seeker's Exploration and Out of Bounds stuff. But obviously, there's more to it, there's the finish. Obviously, I'm probably gonna take longer on the later levels, but even so, I doubt this is gonna take that much longer without me, like, starting to just cut and stuff. So yeah. I think this makes more sense, so Episode 1 DLC me was completely wrong and incorrect, and I must now issue a statement in that video calling myself out. But who knows, maybe I'll change my mind again when I realize how much there is in this and how long it's taking, and that actually there's a whole new section or something once you're done with the first 16, and 30 episodes in I'll decide, no, actually I am gonna split it off into its own series. That could happen. That could happen, we'll see. But yeah, okay, that was a very satisfying, like, conclusion, at least, after number 6. Now, the laser strength and equilibrium does make sense to me, and that seems like a very important mechanic that is probably gonna be, like, crucial for a lot of these levels, would be my guess. And that's kinda cool, because we've never actually done anything like that, and I'm assuming that's how it's always worked. We just have never used that as a mechanic before. Yeah, very interesting. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.